have a lie-in. You've got to get up and do it, haven't you?
No, once you've got animals, you've got to care for them, and somebody certainly does care for her pets, and also for people as well with the pets, is Louise from Llantwit Major. Now, Louise runs Cariad Pet Therapy and works with a dog, Idris. Louise, I hope you're there, but I also hope that Idris is there somewhere as well. How are you both?
Hello, yeah, we're both here.
Oh,
and,
lovely. How was your Christmas?
Thank you. It was really good, thank you. Yeah, nice to have a break and a rest.
And I hope you spoiled Idris. Did you spoil Idris over Christmas?
Can I you about the running Cariad Pet Therapy? I just work with Cariad Pet Therapy.
All right, okay. And tell us what kind of work you do there then, Louise.
We do all sorts of visits. We have 80 therapy dog teams that visit hospitals, hospices, care homes, schools, socially isolated people. We do workplace welfare visits. Idris and we visit T Haven. We visit Beechwood, which is a college for autistic students. We're involved in the Discovery Project, which is linking autistic teenagers with Cardiff Uni. We also do workplace visits to Amazon and IKEA, and recently we've been taking part in a new initiative for mental health walks in Barry Sidings Country Park, which has gone down very well.
That's wonderful work. How did it all start then, Louise? How did you and Idris get into all this then?
Well, I'd queried about it before the first lockdown, but during the first lockdown, I began to see how important Idris had become to my mother, who lives on her own and had to isolate and obviously had no sort of human touch. So visits from Idris were really important to her.
And Idris is a Labradoodle, isn't he?
He is. He's a black Labradoodle and he's 6 years old.
Oh, lovely.
And how do you know are there specific breeds that are particularly good for this sort of therapy, Louise, or does it vary from breed to breed and it just depends on the nature of the individual dog?
It really depends on the individual dog. The assessments that the people that run the Cariad Pet Therapy, Rob and Chrissy, they assess every single dog. And the assessments basically begin with, are they people dogs? Do they like people? Are they more distracted by other dogs, or are they interested in just hanging out with people and chilling out with people? And so really we have a wide range of breeds of dog that take part, everything from Bernese mountain dogs down to little Cavapoos, but it just depends on the individual dog and their personality.
The thing that I think is extraordinary, just an experience I had, I mentioned to Nigel yesterday about the volunteers who work with Cardiff Dogs Home, and they quite often take some of the dogs who are in the shelter there out to nursing homes where, you've got residents perhaps who, are in long-term nursing care or residential care. And I remember one particular instance, and it just brought such a lump to my throat, where there was a chap who was in this nursing home and had dementia and wasn't able to remember anything or speak, hadn't spoken for about 3 months. And they took one of the little staffy dogs that they had in Cardiff Dogs Home and put it next to this chap, and he just put his hand on the dog's head. And just after about 15 minutes, he just said, I used to have a dog, didn't I? And he hadn't spoken for about 3 months. And, I must admit, Louise, I just cried. And I just think, you and I are obviously big dog fans anyway, and so is Nigel. But that just really epitomises what these animals bring for you.
They make a huge difference. And in fact, during the lockdowns, we donated 64 robotic pets to dementia patients. And they've made a huge difference as well. We've got another 18 to donate at the start of 2023, but they make a huge difference to people in nursing homes. They get to keep them around. They get to have a cat sitting on their lap that will purr and shift about and react to being stroked. And it really does make a massive difference to people.
So, Louise, Idris then, it says here, he's a very, very intelligent dog, and he realizes what people need, whether they need a lot of fuss or does he just sit there quietly, and he realizes this when he misses people, does he?
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's instinctive. I think the dogs just know what people need. One of the things that I hear most often is, "Oh, he's looking into my soul," and I think that really sums it up. You know, it's particularly when we go to places like Tea Haven. There are obviously some children that can do nothing except touch his ear or whatever. There are others that want him to have a little run around while they're riding the tricycle or whatever. And then also it brings a huge amount to the staff as well.
What about Idris himself, Louise? I mean, do you get the sense that, I know it's you can't ask him, but you know your dog. Do you get the sense that he's enjoying it, that he feels that he's, you know, that he's doing something there, that, you know...
Oh, absolutely, he loves it. There's a roundabout just before the road that goes to both Beechwood College and Tea Haven. And as soon as we get to that roundabout, he's up and excited because he knows he's going to one or the other.
I've got two German Shepherds now. They're highly intelligent dogs. And the two I had before, which passed away sort of 6 or 7 years ago, one of them developed epileptic fits. And so she was on medication, but the fits sort of gradually got less, but they were still happening. And I was sitting in the living room one evening, and the other dog, Mali, she sort of, the door, because she could open doors herself, she opened the door and comes in. And she sort of started looking at me and sort of backing a bit, and I thought, well, what's wrong with her? And then I could hear the other dog was having a fit. I realized then that every time the other dog was having a fit, about 30-40 seconds before the actual fit would start, the other dog would come looking for me. And I read up about it then, and they actually train dogs to live with people who do have epileptic fits, to sort of warn them that there's a fit coming along, and then you can ring somebody, or, you know, go and lie down, or put yourself in a safe place or something, in preparation for the fit. And it's amazing. And she wasn't taught this or nothing, you know. She just did this instinctively. So a lot of fundraising, I suppose, goes on, Louise, to sort of raise money to provide, you know, the volunteers and the dogs and the robot pets and stuff as well. How do people support that then in the fundraising and stuff? So you can get in touch with Cariad Pet Therapy?
The best way is to get in touch with Cariad Pet Therapy via the website, which is Cariad Pet
sorry, yeah, you say it there,
Louise.
Sorry. Sorry, yes, I was jumping in across you there, my apologies.
cariadpettherapy.co.uk. And you can phone the phone numbers on there as well. We also provide volunteering opportunities for people who are long-term unemployed, because Cariad Pet Therapy also runs a pet food bank.
I was going to ask you about that. I mean, that's a brilliant thing, because particularly at the moment with the cost of living crisis, you know, it's obviously people want to, you know, they know they've got to feed their families, but so many of them want to be able to feed their animals and keep their animals happy and healthy, and it's becoming more and more difficult, isn't it?
It is. We've donated over 180,000 pet meals over the last 2 years. And of course, all of those have been donated to Cariad Pet Therapy in the first place.
Louise, look, the work you do and Idris and everybody else involved there is absolutely amazing. I really do raise my hat to you, I have to say, and there's such important work you do, particularly now with the mental health walks as well, particularly how things have been over the last sort of 2 years with COVID and the cost of living now. So listen, keep doing this wonderful, wonderful work. It really is appreciated by a lot of people. It has to be. So
it's also hugely rewarding for us, you know. It's
well, I can imagine it is.
Enjoyable.
Yeah, I can imagine it is, and that says a lot about you as a person and everybody involved as well. Well done, you.
Absolutely, you rock, Louise. You and Idris, you both rock.
All the best for the year to come to you and Idris and everybody there as well. Thanks for chatting with us, Louise.
Thanks.
Bye bye.